actually have had a couple questions about foundation brushes and like what the best kind are, concealer brushes, basically stuff that you can apply your face makeup with. Now, I have a variety of face brushes. I actually have them all laid out in front of me. And so let's get started on describing them. The first kind of foundation brush that I preferably use is a kabuki. A kabuki is basically a thick, dense, rounded brush that usually has a short handle, and this is great for mineralized mineral powders or pressed powders because it just kind of, it's dense enough so it like buffs in all the powder and stuff on your face to give you like this really flawless finish. Well, the one I prefer the most is the MAC 182. This is my favorite kabuki. This is the kabuki of choice for me. I actually just turned my mom onto kabuki because we were both using the mineralized skin finish, and in medium plus we were the exact same color. This is the only foundation we're the exact same color. And she's like, oh, it doesn't give me enough coverage, and Chelsea, why does it work for you? Blah, 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 you just have better skin than me. I'm like, no, Mom, you actually have less blemishes than me. You're just using a wrong kind of brush. And so I introduced her to this, and then she's like, I have to have one. And so she got that. Just another example of a kabuki. This is from Eco Tools. This is their kabuki. It comes in one of their brush kits. I'm going to do a review on those, but there's also like the retractable kabuki, but this is just to give you an idea that there is smaller, cheaper versions out there, so just so you can see a size comparison. This one isn't as dense, but it does get the job done, and it's so soft. That's the thing about kabukis, is they're like, my mom described it as a little slice of heaven. Okay, the next kind is the typical foundation brush, which is just kind of like this filbert cut synthetic material. Sometimes they're dual colored. I actually say most of the time they're dual colored. And this is the MAC 190, just so you have a reference number. And this is great for liquid foundation or cream foundation. That way you can just kind of like almost like paint it on your skin. And this is usually like the typical foundation brush. This is referred to as a foundation brush. So this is the MAC 190. I have the Eco Tools one, which is very soft, and I mean they're very comparable. And then mine, the one that I like, is the Essence of Beauty foundation brush tool with a duo concealer brush on the other end. This is actually a favorite of YouTube sensation Michelle Phan. Okay, now since we're talking about concealer brushes, obviously a concealer brush is just kind of a smaller version of a foundation brush. Basically the exact same thing, just a tiny bit smaller, and it's just made for like concealer, so you can work in like smaller spots and you can pat in concealer, whether it be on a blemish, acne, or under your eye. A couple examples are, I have the Eco Tools concealer brush, the Essence of Beauty concealer brush, and then I have the MAC 194 concealer brush that actually has glitter on it because I used it for my an eyeshadow look because it's synthetic. And again, these are synthetic, so you can use cream or liquid and it won't damage the bristles. Also, the other thing that I know a lot of people like to use is that they'll put their concealer on, but then it's just kind of chunky and they kind of diffuse it with their fingers or a sponge. I actually learned this from a MAC makeup artist, is that they use the 117 from MAC, the blending brush, and they will actually like diffuse the color. Obviously I don't use this for concealing, but you can use it to diffuse the color out around a blemish. That way it just kind of matches the rest of your skin. Okay, so next is the stippling brush. Now these were so popular for the longest of time, and then they just kind of fizzled. It's the duo fiber. It's got synthetic bristles on top, which are the longer ones. These are the white ones, and then it has real hairs underneath. And this just kind of gives you the airbrush look, because you pick up the foundation off the back of your hand or your palette and you literally stipple it on, like stippling in a up-down motion, and that just kind of gives you like the airbrush look because it's not like packed on, it's not caked on or anything like that. So, and it's really soft. This is the MAC 187. I also have the Studio Tools version of it, and then I have the Sodium Caustic pen, if I like pulling that out. And also there's the MAC 188, which is just a smaller version. I actually, when I was first getting into makeup, I was at the makeup counter. This is when I was like, I have to have the 187. She actually used the 188 to put on my foundation, and she says it's better to get in the creases. Obviously I've used this for blush. But these are actually really multi-use tools. You can use it for like absolutely anything makeup wise. I think I've done a video. Yeah, I have done a video. So if you want to see that video, click here about the magical 187 or a dual fiber brush. Next is, like I said before, the 187 kind of went out of, like, it had like this big old, wow, it's so cool, and then it got kicked out. Like, something replaced it. It is because of the flat top blender, or the MAC 109. Obviously, it is got a flat top. It's real fibers. Again, this is the MAC 109. And they kind of use this in the exact same way as a stippling, is that they'll pick up the product like this and they'll dab it on their face, but then they can buff it in similar to the MAC 181. So this kind of like is the now everybody's favorite tool. I kind of go back and forth. Obviously, I don't use that much liquid, but when I do use liquid, I do use my MAC 109. A couple other examples that are different. You can use this for powder as well. A couple other examples that are different is the Bare Essentials Handy Kabuki that they actually give you in the starter kit. I don't know if they changed that and actually give you a kabuki now, but this is like the Handy Buki, and it's kind of like a kabuki on a stick. There's the Studio Tools Essence of Beauty blender brush, very similar. And then I would say this is closer to the 109. This is the Sonia Kashuk. I don't remember. It's just a flat top blender. It's very soft synthetic fibers. I think this is both these are synthetic. I'm almost 100% sure that the my Sonia Kashuk and the Essence of Beauty are synthetic. I know this is real hair, and I'm pretty positive this is real hair as well. Okay. And powder brushes. These are good for more setting your makeup, not giving you like a very heavy coverage. I have the MAC 150 right here. It's just a thick, fluffy powder brush. You can use this for just kind of brushing it on like blotting powder, or like a very loose, or thin foundation, just powder. I use this mainly for setting my foundation. A couple other examples is the Eco Tools powder brush, which is very soft. I use that to set my makeup. And then there's the Essence of Beauty Flawless Face brush. I don't have any. Obviously, there's cosmetic sponges that you can use to apply your foundation on, but those do capture germs, so you do need to change those at least every 2 uses. Like, that's like probably like, or max. Like, I would say like that's the maximum you should use the cosmetic sponges too, because you can't really like wash it. With these, you can wash, you can sanitize, and then they don't carry the germs. So I hope this has been helpful in kind of giving you an overview of foundation brushes. If I have to pick one foundation brush, like I said, I love my MAC 181. It is like my baby. I love this. I thought I lost it at one point in time, and I was like, I don't even know what to do with myself. I thought I was gonna cry on the inside. But that would be my overview on foundation brushes. I hope this video has been helpful, and if you have any questions, just let me know. Oh, and post your favorite foundation brush down below. That way other people can see what you use. Okay, because we can all help each other out by talking. Okay, talk to you later, guys. Bye.